The National Environment and Planning Agency presents NEPA and You, a 5-minute radio series on issues that affect you. Find out how NEPA plays an important role in your everyday life.
Hey Jason, pass 2 big stone and me lick down that bird in a man. Tired of the nice man.
Daddy, remember Tony did tell us that we learn in a school nothing mash up the environment. The birds are a part of that too, you know. We can't just go around hurting birds. Some of them are endangered, some are even our endemic birds.
What them word they even mean?
Endemic species are restricted to a particular area. That means if the species is endemic to Jamaica, it can only be found in Jamaica and nowhere else in the world.
Wait, I said to me.
Yes, Daddy. And it's not only animals. We have endemic plants too. We have endangered plants as well. An endangered species include any animal or plant that is threatened with being completely wiped out if something is not done to stop whatever is causing less and less of those plants or animals to exist.
Thanks, Jason. Hey, cigar feel come up the road, yeah? I wonder where I go.
Greetings, Marlon and Jason. We come to invite the family to one session when NEPA hosts down at the community center.
Gotta feel your timing perfect, man. You know, so we did just a talk about endemic and endangered plants and animals.
Hey Marlon, me know that man there, you know. Him name Simon, and him work out down at the Yalas and Hope River Watershed Management Areas project down at NEPA. Them train whole heap of farmers in St. Andrew and St. Thomas. I him that with the mic.
Good afternoon, everyone. We'll be sharing some information with you about the importance of our endangered and endemic species in Jamaica. We'll be speaking to 2 of NEPA's field officers who focus on flora meaning plants, and fauna meaning animals. Now, let's first talk to Ashley Sanderson, Environmental Officer, Flora in the Ecosystems Management Branch. Thanks for joining us, Ashley. We have a few questions. What are the current threats to Jamaica's endemic plant species?
Our endemic plant species face many threats. These would primarily be environmental stressors. That would include deforestation, destruction of wetlands, and the impact of invasive alien species.
So in light of these threats, what measures are in place to assist in conserving our plants?
These measures would primarily be in the realm of legislation, policies, plans, international conventions, and treaties. We have actually put a lot of these into action by way of developing strategies and action plans. These would include the Jamaica Plant Conservation Strategy, the National Invasive Alien Species Strategy and Action Plan, and the National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan.
Thanks so much, Ashley. Let's now talk to Ricardo Miller, who is the coordinator of fauna. Hey, Ricardo, what are 2 of the main threats to Jamaica's animal species?
Habitat loss and invasive species. Habitat loss in the sense that when an area is totally destroyed or modified in such a way that it can no longer support the species within, that is when habitat loss is an issue. The other main issue is invasive species. Now, invasive species are those that are not native to Jamaica that have been introduced to Jamaica and have somehow established themselves in the wild. These can outcompete or simply displace our native species. And some of the most documented loss of endemic species on the island are actually due to invasive species.
And in light of these threats, what initiatives does NEPA support in an effort to conserving them?
A national protected area system. And this is probably the most significant achievement that we've done in terms of conserving our species.
NEPA also supports some legislation that help to protect our species. What are they?
The Wildlife Protection Act, the Endangered Species Act, and so forth. And these legislation and the enforcement of these legislation are there to ensure that we can protect our native species.
Thanks, Ricardo. We really learned a lot from both you and Ashley. So, here are a few things that we would like you and all other Jamaicans to know. 1. Don't harm any endemic plants that may be found on site if involved in construction. And 2, don't harm wildlife that you may encounter, even if you are afraid that they might hurt you. Instead, leave it alone and contact NEPA for assistance.
So, Daddy, you still plan to beat up the birds with the stone?
No, sir. I have to protect them.
For more information on this or any other NEPA and You feature, contact the National Environment and Planning Agency at 876-754-7540 or email us at pubed@nepa.gov.jm.